Hi, I'm John Scholl, President and founder of Service Quality Institute based out of Minneapolis, Minnesota in the United States. I'd like to share some ideas with you on how I believe you can create a service culture. I have been with my own company now for 40 years. I have focused solely on customer service for 31 years. I wrote the world's first customer service training program. What I have noticed over the last 30-some years is that organizations, what they do is they like to take their whole workforce and they like to come up with some kind of a magic program, get everybody all excited, and what I noticed a few months later, it tends to die. And then what we typically do is we wait 5 to 10 years before we do something else again, because you don't want to rush into this stuff. And then we buy something new again. We get everybody all excited, and after a few months, it dies. And then what I notice, we wait another 5 to 10 years. We buy something new again. We get everybody excited. And after a few months, it tends to die. I call this training. About 99% of all organizations in the world have done this. All companies in the last decade have done something. The problem is it was something. What we're doing is working with companies that want to create a service culture. And if you're going to create a service culture, you need something fresh, new, constantly moving it to another level. See, it's a little bit like going to college. You don't take one course and say, give me my degree. Where's the certificate? See, if you want to create a service culture, I think you need something new. I think you need something fresh, and it better be at least every 4 to 6 months. So the old school of doing something every 5 or 10 years, the people will love it, the results are really cool for a few months, but you do not have the sustained impact if your real objective is to create a service culture. So we have a variety of products and technology that you can use to create this service culture. The first program we have is called Leading Empowered Teams, and this is a 2-day seminar that teaches every department head, every manager and supervisor how to drive the service culture, how to look at systems and policies and procedures that should be changed, how to use empowerment, how to learn how to coach and reinforce behavior, and how to build teamwork. This is a 2-day seminar. So let's say you have 2,000 employees and you got 200 people that are managers, department heads, and supervisors. The employees do an incredible job using our stuff, and the supervisor sits back and says, "It's about time." No recognition, no feedback. It will die. So it's very, very important that we get everybody in a leadership position to understand that we're in the service business, and your job is to coach and to drive a service culture. And then we have another program called Feelings. And I have many, many different versions of Feelings. Feelings is customized for a white-collar environment, banking, insurance, people with suits and ties and dresses. I have another version for service retail, more of a blue-collar environment. I have 2 for healthcare, one called The Essence of Caring, the other called The Spirit of Excellence. I have another program called Feelings Customer Care for supermarkets. We have another one for higher education called Connections. Feelings does 3 things. We change attitudes and behavior. We teach the skills of customer service, and 3 is we build employee morale and teamwork. I'm going to just show you a little bit of the packaging and the design that we use with Feelings. Everybody that's going to facilitate the program gets a user-friendly leader's guide. This is implemented in 3 sessions of anywhere from 2 to 4 hours each, spaced once a week for 3 weeks. And at the introduction, it tells the facilitator how to facilitate the program. Service Quality Institute and our channel partners, we train people how to facilitate this program. And then we have 3 different sessions, and everything is very scripted and disciplined, so that frankly, if I had a company with 2,000 people, I might have 100 people doing the facilitation. A facilitator needs 3 skills: enthusiasm, peer respect, and a belief in service. Title is not a relevant issue. Okay? I have to have somebody with peer respect. So everybody that's going to facilitate gets a leader's guide. Feelings has 3 videos, 1 for each session. So you get 3 videos. And then we have a complete participant package. Everybody gets a book. all of our programs for the workforce are packaged so that they have simplicity, so that the material is gorgeous. This here is a 128-page book, 2 colors that each person gets, and at the end of the book are all the exercises that they're using. We ask that each individual read 6 chapters of the book in preparation for session 2, 6 chapters in preparation for session 3. It eliminates about 8 hours of training time. There's homework at the end of each chapter. Each person gets their own book to keep, to mark, to use, to write up. In addition, we have a technique card that reinforces the message, that talks about how to handle irate customers, how to give good, caring communications. And then we have a performance standard that measures behavior. This is a device that measures all the attitudes and skills we're teaching and feelings, and then the scoring mechanism is on the back of the performance standard. And the most important thing to the participant is the certificate of completion. Everybody gets their own certificate. So let's say that you went through feelings. Let's say it's just an incredibly powerful program. By the way, people love feelings. It's my flagship program. Here's the problem I found when I first wrote the program. People would say, what's next? And back then I was a little bit younger. And I'd tell people, go back through feelings again. Well, what I didn't realize is that people got tired of going through the same stupid program. So if you want to keep people alert, if you want to keep them involved, you better have something new. You better say it differently. It's like going to college. You don't take the same course every quarter. You have new courses, new information. They talk about it differently. If you're studying biology, they have different classes. If you're into history, they have different classes. So the key here is you want something new, fresh, and different virtually every 4 to 6 months. So let's say that we did feelings. If that's all you did, it will die. I guarantee it will die. See, I don't have some magic program that you can dip your people in, and it's going to change their life, and you're going to take this 23-year-old, he's going to go through, let's say, 8 hours or 12 hours of training, and that individual is now going to be a perfect person for the rest of their entire life. Give me a break, okay? I mean, I think I got the best stuff in the world, but it's not that good, okay? We are dealing with humans. So if you want to create a change of attitudes, if you want to create the service culture, it's got to be something new and fresh. So we have another program called Speed. Speed is a 2-session program, implemented in 2 sessions of 3 to 4 hours each, spaced once 1 week apart. What's the purpose of speed? Is how do we get everybody to think speed? How do I get everybody to do things 10 times faster than they've ever done it before? See, I believe strategically. If your organization was able to deliver your service, your product faster than any other competitor, you own the market. That's how an Amazon built its business. That's how a Dell built its business. That's how Apple built their business. But again, let's say you put everybody through Speed. I mean, it's a wonderful program. It's got a leader's guide, 2 videos, complete participant kit. It's going to die because we're dealing with humans, okay? So we have another program called Remember Me. And by the way, I don't care what order we go in, okay? It's the process I'm interested in. Remember Me is a 2-session program implemented in 2 sessions of 2 to 4 hours each, spaced 1 week apart. And the concept is what would happen if you went to a place of business and they remembered you and they used their name. I think the most precious thing in life to each of us is our name. And when somebody uses our name, they remember us, they recognize us, it's magic. And so Remember Me teaches employees why they got to do it and how they got to do it. Now there's a little bitty company based out of California called Apple. Apple is the largest retailer in the world per sales per square foot. And when you enter an Apple store, they use an iPad and they ask for your name, your email address, they give you an appointment, and then what you might not know is they have described what you look like. So a few minutes later, as you walk into the front of the store, somebody's going to come up to you and say, John, we will be with you in just 3 minutes. And you're looking and you're thinking, how did they know I was John? You see, most of us wouldn't want to copy an Apple. Why would you want to have the most sales per square foot of any retailer in the world? See, these simple concepts work, okay? The problem is you want execution with every single employee. So let's say you went through Remember Me. Big deal. So what? It's going to die. So we have another program called Exceptional Service. Exceptional Service is a one-session program designed to get people to deliver exceptional service, not just good service. See, I think good service doesn't get you in the door. It doesn't keep any kind of a loyalty. You got to wow the customer. You got to provide exceptional service with every single transaction, whether it be on the phone, through the internet, or in person every day. So one session program, 3 to 4 hours each. And everybody gets a leader's guide, there's one DVD, and then there's a participant kit. So let's say you did exceptional service. So what? People are going to fall back because we're human, okay? I mean, are you really going to change everybody's life because you could put them through some little magic program? It's not going to happen. So we have another program called the Bad Cost Reduction Campaign. It's a 30-day campaign. Its purpose is to get everybody to look for ways to eliminate waste. Pass the savings on to the customer. If you had 1,000 employees, if everybody saved just $1 a day, that's about 250 working days in a year. That's $250 a person. That's $250,000. To generate $250,000, it might take $3 million or $5 million in revenue. You get the same thing with a cost reduction campaign. And then if you're clever like an Amazon, you pass the savings on to the customer and you get increased market share. Let me tell you what, price is very, very important to customers. If you can start aggressively eliminating waste, stupid things that people do every day, you pass the savings on to the customer, you have increased market share. And then we have another program called Loyal for Life. Loyal for Life is on service recovery because all of us are going to make a mistake sometime during the day. I don't care how committed we are to customer service, we are human. So what happens when our company makes a mistake, when I make a mistake? Here's my experience. People lie. See, I teach 4 things with service recovery. What I want the magic employee to do is to say, Mark, it's our fault. And we teach 4 skills. Act quickly, take responsibility, be empowered, and compensate. And all of this has to happen in 60 seconds. What I don't want is some employee to say, sir, you know, I really don't know what the cause of this problem is, and tell you what, let me get to my manager. He is on vacation this week. But next month, I'll make sure we get back to you. Well, that's not 60 seconds, okay? So service recovery is how do I get every single employee, when there's a mistake made that they make, your organization makes, that within 60 seconds I can flip the customer and make lemons out of lemonade, okay? Or lemonade, I should say, out of lemons. That's a better way of describing it, okay? It's magic. It works, okay? Let me give you a little quick example. Let's say you got a restaurant, okay? You have a reservation for 4 people at 7 o'clock. The people come at 7 o'clock. You're the hostess. And you say, Mr. Scholl, I apologize. We're not going to be able to see you till 7:30. And there's nothing I can do about it. What are you going to do? For the next half hour, you're probably griping and complaining. Now the hostess has practiced service recovery. She says, Mr. Scholl, we have a jam and it's all our fault. We're not going to be able to see you till 7:30. Mr. Scholl, would it be okay if you and your party went into the bar area and had a couple drinks on us? Now when you're having the drink, what are you thinking? You're saying, man, this is cool. I hope it happens more often. What's the cost? Maybe it's $1 per person. Let's say each person had 2 drinks. Now you spent $8, okay? I got $8 spent. I got 4 people that are probably going to tell 25 people each about what happened, okay? For $8. That's service recovery. That's Loyal for Life. A 1-session program, 1 leader's guide, 1 DVD, 1 complete participant kit. So let's say you went through Loyal for Life. So what? It's going to die. So we have another program called I'm running out of lines here, called the Good Idea Campaign. And the Good Idea Campaign is on quality and customer satisfaction. How do I get people to come up with ways to improve quality and customer satisfaction? It's another 30-day campaign. The participation rate, by the way, on our idea campaigns is often 80 to 90%. Research shows that the typical suggestion system idea campaign has a participation rate of anywhere between 1 to 6%. Okay? We will have 10 to 20 times greater participation because everything we do is in a process and is built on recognition. So let's say you did the Good Idea campaign. So what? So we have another program called the Service First Video Library. I guess I better draw some more lines here. You know, we're running out of room. Okay. So the Service First Video Library is a series of 12 different DVDs. Each are about 15 minutes long. You can go in any order you want. You can use one a month for 12 months. You can use one a week for 12 weeks. You could do 4 sessions of 4 hours each. You download off the internet the facilitator material, the participant material. So there's no recurring costs. It focuses on things like how to handle irate customers, teamwork, empowerment, service recovery. And to create the Service First Video Library, we stole from every single program we got. Probably the least expensive program I have, the highest value. We have thousands of people that have first started with the Service First Video Library. And then let me tell you about the last program that's being released called Moving Up. This is going to be my favorite. I believe, let's say you got a company of 1,000 people, and you're the CEO. I believe that the limitation you have is that many of the employees are happy where they are. They're very content. They're a security guard. They're a janitor. They're a secretary. They're a receptionist. They're just content. Okay? You would like a high-performing team. The problem is that your workers are saying, oh, well, I don't have your education. I don't have your good looks. I don't have your sophistication. I need to remove the self-imposed limitations of those 1,000 people. I need people to dream. I need people to see themselves they can be. I need people to have some discontent, to want to be different, to want to be exceptional, to improve themselves so they can have a better life for themselves, so they can make more money, so they can move up in your organization. It's a 2-session program, implemented in 2 sessions of anywhere between 2 to 4 hours each, spaced 1 week apart. It will have a leader's guide, 2 DVDs, a complete participant package. Now, I don't care where you start with the service culture process. I believe if you want to change attitudes and behavior, you want to build the service culture, if you have something fresh, something new, you put your foot on the accelerator pedal going 100 miles an hour and you never stop. That's how you create a service culture. At Service Quality Institute, we'd love to work with you. We have partners all over the world that would be delighted to help you in your organization achieve a service culture. Again, thank you very much. I'm John Scholl.